Across the 20-yard line.
Slow.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the stop, Breeland speaks.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On second down, here's Taylor. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Fighting to stay upright. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a pitch out to Kamara. Shifts by him, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down. Third and long, it's Taylor. And that is incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Nifty move, and now running right through it. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stop. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Ace! Ace! Left, 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 left!
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey. Four down.
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got him on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. They shakes him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Alex Okafor. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And Butker able to put this one through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Ready. 319. 319. Z.
Now Taylor on first down. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Slow.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. And even 50 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows to 10-0. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Taylor now off the bootleg. His throw incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Taylor will throw again. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
On first down, it's Taylor. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Taylor. Going to throw again. Flushed out right. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Gold now out to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
We got 4. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Chris Conley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Butker now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He gets this one complete to Tre'Quan Smith. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, Ingram. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Taylor. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a gain there of 11 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Ready. 319. 319. Z.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now it's Taylor. Blitz coming, and down he goes. K'Waun Short in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
On 2nd down, Taylor's throw incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Taylor, and this is going to be incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And Gold is able to put it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive with Abdullah. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Mahomes now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he pulls him over. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And now running right through it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That one goes for 24 yards. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. A gain of 39 that time. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. To throw is Taylor. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
I think the best offenses love to give the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice time. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run it with Kamara, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Saints are back within a score. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
They run it here. Ware. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
They run again with Ware. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Left.
Now a play fake here on first down. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders. And they're rolling. Mahomes now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Now a give. This is Abdullah. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Demario Davis there on the stop. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. A dump off for Abdullah. Oh, and now he bowls him over. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Taylor drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. That's complete to Meredith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 12 yards and a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Now Taylor on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, it's Taylor. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Play action, now Taylor. And the incompletion there, so that breaks a string of 5 straight hookups. It also leads to a 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Returnable for Dorsett. Gets around him. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32. On the ground, this is Ware. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now he's forced out right. It's complete. Abdullah. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Abdullah. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ace!
They'll run now with Ware. And an alley to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Spencer Ware, 38 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Point after, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. The throw by Taylor there, knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Taylor now off the bootleg. It's caught on the right side at Smith. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, it's Taylor. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. The quick slant caught. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
That was a nicely run slant route.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On the run, it's Ware. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Spencer Ware, 40 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Smith. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. One last shot for Taylor. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Kansas City, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.